The snatch is one of the most complex lifts, or at least that's how most people think about it. But the truth is, it just looks complex. The key to learning this lift is breaking it down into smaller, easier to digest phases and building on those phases as you master the previous phase. Now, I've already covered the first phase, the power position snatch, where we learn how to find our snatch grip, create vertical leg drive, and use the arms correctly. So if you haven't watched that video, make sure to start there. In this video, I'll break down the next phase, the double pause snatch. And if you stay till the end of the video, I'll give you a full workout for you to try. The main goals of the double pause snatch are to help you find the correct start position, knee position, and how to move correctly from each position to give you the most amount of power. To find the correct start position, it helps to view things from the side. You'll probably feel best with your feet about hip width, with the toes turned out slightly, your hips slightly higher than your knees, and your shoulders slightly higher than your hips, with the shoulders slightly in front of or in line with the bar. But the most important thing is to make sure that you have mid-foot pressure, not heels, not toes, mid-foot. Now, the start position can vary greatly from person to person based on individual differences in body proportion. So feel free to mess around with things like stance and hip height. I suggest trying to pick something that will allow you to maintain mid-foot pressure in that start position, as that is the most important thing. Next, we'll pull the bar to the knee position. However, it helps to think of it more like a push rather than a pull. At the knee position, the bar should be just above your kneecaps, with vertical or nearly vertical shins, and shoulders in front of the bar while still maintaining midfoot pressure. In order to make this movement most efficient, aim to keep the torso angle the same as you pull the bar from the ground to the knee position, and move the knees just barely out of the way of the bar. One of the most common issues is pulling the knees too far back, causing you to shift your balance from midfoot pressure to the heel. This can cause a whole host of other problems, like compensating your balance back forward later in the lift, leading to a jump forward or a loopy bar path. So we want to avoid that as much as possible. Next, move the bar from the knee position to the power position, with bent knees, shoulders in line with the bar, and still maintaining midfoot pressure. This portion of the lift is particularly tricky, as you'll need to make sure that your knees move forward under the bar to have enough knee bend, which is where all of your power is going to come from. The most common mistake that beginners make is straightening the legs out too much as you pull from that knee to power position. So take some time to practice the movement in order to make sure that you have enough knee bend in your power position. Keep in mind that some people may need to begin pushing their knees under the bar sooner than others. You can do it as soon as the bar passes the knee, or you may want to wait until the last possible second. Either option will work as long as you are maintaining midfoot pressure. For those who get their knees under sooner, beware, doing this too much or too early can lead to you losing that midfoot pressure and ending up on the ball of the foot, which can then lead to you leaning back too far in your extension, causing a jump forward or a loopy bar path. So pay attention to this as you add weight to the bar. The last portion of the lift is essentially a power position snatch. Push hard with the legs to extend up, avoid leaning back excessively or pushing the bar away with your hips. Use your arms to keep the bar close and pull yourself under into the lowest possible overhead squat. Sit a couple seconds to stabilize, and when you're ready, stand. Now that's everything that you need to know to get started. So give this workout a try from my free beginner guide and 6-week program, which you can find linked in the description below. Start with an empty barbell, a trainer bar, or a PVC pipe, depending on your current strength levels, and perform 5 reps of a back squat, aiming to get to the deepest possible squat without losing midfoot pressure. Then perform 5 reps of a snatch press from behind the neck, aiming to accentuate the lockout as much as possible. Next, perform 5 reps of an overhead squat, trying to get to the lowest possible depth without letting the barbell drift forward or backward excessively or losing that midfoot pressure. Feel free to pause at the bottom if you need to improve your comfort in the bottom of the squat. Then perform 3 to 5 reps of a snatch from the power position as a way to mentally refresh yourself on how this portion of the movement is supposed to go before we move into the main bulk of the workout, where you'll do 5 sets of 3 reps of the double pause snatch. You can stay with an empty barbell or add weight each set as long as the technique feels consistent and stable. The big key is to make sure that your form looks good. So if you want to, take some videos of yourself and you can actually send them to me in my free Discord group, and I'll give you some pointers on your form for the next time that you go to the gym. That's everything for this video, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you don't miss the next video in our Learn to Snatch series.